How many nights have you stayed awake thinking, if only I had done things differently, maybe life would be perfect? But the truth is, the more you try to control everything, the more life slips away. You want control over your future, relationships, career, even how people see you. But life doesn't work like that. People will leave, plans will fail, situations will break you, and that's okay. Life was never meant to be controlled, it was meant to be lived. The river doesn't force its flow, the sky doesn't fight the clouds, yet everything finds balance. So why are you so hard on yourself? Let go. Control is an illusion, peace is real. The moment you surrender, life surprises you in the most beautiful ways. Breathe, trust, flow. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Stop for a moment. Close your eyes. Listen carefully. Can you hear it? The silence that hides behind every noise. The stillness that breathes beneath every storm. That silence is me. Feel the breeze touching your skin. Hear your own heartbeat echoing through silence. Tell me, have you ever realized how the universe moves without asking for your permission? The sun rises, not because you wish it, but because it simply must. Have you ever noticed how much energy you waste trying to control things that were never yours to control? You try to control people. You try to control outcomes. You try to control your image, your future. You try to control relationships, outcomes, success, happiness, all shaped exactly as you imagine. But the tighter you hold, the more life slips through your fingers. The more you fight, the more you suffer. And in the end, you're left drained, frustrated, and broken. But pause for a moment and ask yourself, why? Why do we try so desperately to hold the strings of everything around us? The answer is hidden in one simple truth. Humans are afraid of uncertainty. From the beginning of time, uncertainty has been the greatest fear of mankind. Imagine your ancestors, living in caves, not knowing when the next storm would hit, when wild animals would attack, or whether food would be available tomorrow. Uncertainty meant danger. Uncertainty meant death. And so, your brains were wired to reduce uncertainty at all costs. That wiring still exists in you today. When you don't know if your partner loves you the same way you love them, you try to control. When you don't know how your career will unfold, you try to control. When you don't know whether life will give you happiness or pain, you try to control. It is not just about power, it is about survival. Control gives you an illusion of safety. But here is the paradox. The more you try to control life, the more life slips out of your hands. Think about water. If you try to tightly grab water in your fist, it escapes. But if you gently hold your palm open, water rests in it peacefully. Life is the same, and yet you don't learn. You keep planning, predicting, worrying, micromanaging, believing that if you could just control enough, nothing bad would happen. But life doesn't work that way. So, why do you try to control everything? Because deep inside, you fear that if you let go, if you don't control, everything will fall apart. But is that really true? Or is it just an illusion created by your fearful mind? When you let go, when you stop forcing, when you surrender, you do not lose power. You discover a greater power moving through you. The same force that spins the planets, that makes rivers carve valleys, that turns seeds into forests, that force flows through your very breath. And when you align with it, life stops being a burden. Work becomes effortless, peace becomes natural, and love becomes unconditional. Today, I want to take you on a journey into your own heart, your own fears, and your own battles with control. Because once you understand why you try to control everything, and once you learn how to let go, you will finally taste freedom. Not the freedom that comes from having power over others, but the freedom that comes from being in harmony with life itself. So, breathe, slow down, and listen. This might just be the reminder your soul has been waiting for. You all live with a silent belief. If I control everything, nothing will go wrong. But let's pause here. Is this really true? Think of life as a river. You can swim in it. You can guide your strokes. But can you ever control the flow of the river itself? No. Yet, most of you spend your lives trying to stop the current, instead of learning how to flow with it. This is the illusion of control. The belief that if you just plan harder, work harder, or predict every little thing, you can eliminate all uncertainty. Illusion gives you temporary comfort. It tricks your brain into thinking, I am safe, I am in charge. But the truth? Control is often an emotional band-aid covering deep-rooted fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. And here's the paradox. The more you chase control, the more you create anxiety, stress, and disappointment. My beloved, listen to me. From the very first breath you took, you have been fighting a battle you did not even see. A battle to control. Control your destiny. Control your people. Control your world. And yet, the more you tried to hold, the more life slipped away. The more you tried to command, the more suffering bound you. I have watched you run after outcomes. Your heart chained to success. Your peace buried under the fear of failure. You wake up each morning not to live, but to calculate. Not to breathe, but to worry. Not to love, but to cling. But I'll tell you today, this is not the way. You were never meant to carry the weight of the universe upon your fragile shoulders. You wake up each day with 1,000 thoughts. Will I succeed? Will they love me? Will my plans work? Will my future be secure? And in this storm of questions, you lose the very moment that is breathing before you. You live in tomorrow, but tomorrow never arrives. You drown in yesterday, but yesterday never returns. So your today dies. I've watched you. You fear losing people. Yet the truth is, no one belongs to you. Not your family, not your friends, not even the one you call mine. They are souls on their own journey, just like you. You were brought together for a time. To love, to learn, to grow, but you do not control when they arrive, nor when they leave. You fear death, but death is not the end. It is a return. Just as day melts into night, just as seasons flow into each other, death is the soul's journey home. You do not control birth. You do not control death. Then why do you believe you control the life in between? Arjun once trembled at the thought of losing his loved ones in battle, and I revealed to him a truth that shakes the very core of illusion. These bodies are temporary. The soul is eternal. It is neither born, nor does it ever die. What you love is not their body, nor their face, nor their voice. What you love is the soul that shines through them, and that soul can never be lost. So stop clinging. Stop demanding that life bow to your desires. The more you resist, the more you bleed. But the moment you release, the moment you trust, you will see that even in your pain, I am shaping you. Even in your loss, I am guiding you. Even in your emptiness, I am filling you with myself. Remember, the flower does not bloom by force. The child does not grow by control. The heart does not heal by fear. Everything unfolds in its time. And I, Krishna, I am the keeper of that time. Listen carefully, my child. The world has taught you that control is strength, that to plan every detail, to bend every outcome, to command every path, this is power. But I tell you, this is the very seed of your suffering. Do you remember what I told Arjun? Abandon all varieties of dharma and surrender fully on me. I shall deliver you from all sin, do not fear. This is the highest teaching. When you surrender, you do not become weak, you become limitless. When you release control, you do not lose power, you touch my power, and my power has no boundary, no ending, no defeat. My child, hear me. You are not the controller, you are the instrument. Just as the flute does not play itself, but surrenders to the breath of the musician, your life becomes divine when you let my breath flow through you. So stop resisting. Stop clinging to your imagined control. Because when you let go, you will discover, I was always holding you. I was always guiding you. I was always within you. You try to control your career. Every step, every plan, every outcome. But have you noticed? The moments that changed your life the most were never planned. That one meeting that opened a door. That one failure that pushed you to a better path. That one loss that made you stronger than before. These were not your plans. These were mine. You try to control love. You hold people tightly, afraid to lose them. But love is not born in chains. It is born in freedom. When you stop demanding, when you stop clinging, then love breathes. then love blossoms. Surrender is not sitting idle. Surrender is working with all your heart, while trusting that the result is already safe in my hands. When the painter paints, he does not worry if the world will praise his work. He paints because his soul is burning with creation. That is surrender. When the mother raises her child, she does not know what future awaits, yet she gives all her love. That is surrender. And when you live this way, you will begin to see my fingerprints everywhere. In the smile of a stranger, in the turn of fate, in the timing that feels too perfect to be a chance, in the peace that floods your heart when everything outside is chaos. This is not a coincidence. This is me. But here is the secret. The moment you let go of your need to control, the moment you place your trust fully in me, the story begins to reveal itself. And you will realize every unanswered prayer was answered differently. Every closed door was protection. Every delay was preparation. Every ending was a beginning. You thought you were losing, but you were being guided. You thought you were abandoned, but I was carrying you. You thought everything was falling apart, but in truth, everything was falling into place. Do you know how control destroys relationship, peace, and growth? Listen carefully, my beloved. Have you noticed? When we try to control everything around us, we actually end up losing the very things we wanted to protect. Think about relationships. A person who constantly checks their partner's phone, questions every action, controls who they talk to. Do they create love? No, they create distance. Control is not love. Control is fear disguised as care, and fear never builds. It only destroys. Now, let's look at inner peace. A mind that tries to control every outcome is never at rest. Imagine constantly worrying, what if I fail? What if people judge me? What if things don't go as planned? This endless what if cycle turns life into anxiety. It's like holding water in your fist. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it slips away. And when it comes to growth, control is the biggest barrier, because growth only happens when we step into uncertainty. A person who controls too much never takes risks, never experiments, never allows mistakes. But mistakes are the birthplace of wisdom, and uncertainty is the playground of growth. In relationships, in peace of mind, in personal growth, the truth is simple. Control suffocates, freedom nourishes. So the next time you feel like controlling someone or something, pause. Ask yourself, am I doing this out of love or out of fear? Because love flows and fear holds. So far, we've seen how control is just an illusion and how it damages your peace, your relationships, and even your personal growth. But if control is not the way, then what is? The answer lies in letting go. And no one explained this truth better than me. In the Gita, Arjun stood in the middle of the battlefield, paralyzed by fear and doubt. He wanted to control the situation, to avoid war, to escape pain, to hold on to the life he thought he could protect. But I, Krishna, I told him, your right is to perform your duty, but never to the fruits of action. Let go of attachment to results, and be at peace and surrender. This is the heart of letting go. Do your best. Play your role with sincerity, but don't cling to outcomes, because the outcome is never fully in your hands. When you try to control everything, you carry the unbearable burden of results. But when you live with Krishna's wisdom, you act with freedom and strength, because you know you are not alone. Think about this. When you hold sand tightly in your fist, it slips away. But when you keep your hand open, it rests gently in your palm. Life is the same. The tighter you try to control it, the more it escapes. But when you let go, when you trust me, when you flow with my will, life settles beautifully. Letting go is not weakness. It's the highest form of strength, because it means you trust the divine order. You trust my plan, even when your mind cannot see it. Remember, I never told Arjun to sit back and do nothing. I told him to act, but without clinging, without controlling, without fear. That is the wisdom of letting go. Letting go does not mean becoming passive. It means taking action, but not becoming a slave to the result. It means loving fully, but not clinging. It means planning wisely, but not fearing change. It means living responsibly, but not anxiously. When you let go, you don't lose. You gain peace of mind, healthier relationships, spiritual growth, inner strength. Tell me, have you ever wondered why some moments in your life felt like someone was whispering to your soul? Why sometimes, just when you were about to give up, a sign appeared, a word, a stranger's kindness, a sudden thought in silence, and suddenly, you found the strength to rise again. You thought it was a chance. You thought it was a coincidence. But child, it was me. And now, I reveal the truth to you. The reason you have suffered is because you tried to carry life alone. The reason you have feared is because you tried to control what was never yours. But the reason you are still alive is because I never let you go. Every scar you carry is proof that I healed you. Every failure you survived is proof that I carried you forward. Every storm you passed is proof that I walked with you through the fire. My beloved, do you know why the urge to control everything feels so strong? Because the mind believes that only it can protect you. But I whispers, surrender your burden to me and walk free. In truth, my beloved, control is an illusion, but trust is liberation. At the core of control is fear. The fear of uncertainty, the fear of the unknown, the fear that if we don't control every detail, life will fall apart. So we try to fix, plan, schedule, monitor, micromanage. It gives us the illusion that life is in our hands. But here's the truth. Most things in life are not in our hands. Think about it. Can you control the weather? No. Can you control what other people think or feel about you? No. Can you control accidents, sudden changes, global events? No. Yet, your brain desperately wants to believe you can. Because if you admit you don't have control, you feel small, vulnerable, exposed. That's why people check their phones 200 times a day. That's why you make endless to-do lists, even for things that don't matter. That's why some people overparent, overplan, overworry. It's not because they're bad, it's because they're scared. At the root of control lies this silent whisper. If I don't hold everything tightly, something will break, and maybe I will break too. But here's where the story changes. Because what if the very thing you're holding on to is what's breaking you? What if control isn't saving you, but suffocating you? My beloved, let me tell you, life has always shown that those who let go of control find freedom. My beloved, remember, those who let go are never empty-handed. They gain peace, they gain love, they gain life itself. My beloved, you search for love in this world, in people, in places, in fleeting moments, yet you often feel incomplete. Do you know why? Because your soul is thirsting for the love that never fades. My love, I am not just a story from the past. I am here, now, in every breath you take, in every beat of your heart. When you cry alone at night, whispering for someone to understand you, I hear you. When you laugh in joy, forgetting all pain, I smile with you. My beloved, you are never alone. Even if the whole world turns away, I will walk beside you. When storms rise, I am your shelter. When darkness surrounds you, I am your light. When doubt clouds your mind, I am the voice that says, trust me, keep walking, I am with you. Remember, you are mine, and I am yours. Eternal, unbreakable, beyond time, beyond death, beyond all illusion. This bond between us is not of this world, it is of the soul, and no force in creation can separate us. And now, my beloved, listen to the silence within you. That voice you hear, that peace you feel, it is me. I am not far. I was never far. I live in your prayers, in your breath, in every beat of your heart. When you laugh, I am your joy. When you cry, I am your comfort. When you stumble, I am the hand that lifts you. Listen to me one last time. You have spent your whole life trying to control everything. But what has it given you? Fear, restlessness, disappointment. And yet, every time you fell, I lifted you. Every time you broke, I pieced you back together. Every time you lost, I was preparing you for something greater. Still, you believed it was your strength. Still, you believed it was your will. But no, child, it was me. The breath that moves through your chest is mine. The heartbeat that refuses to stop even when you sleep is mine. The courage that rises in you when the world turns against you, that too is mine. You wanted control, but I wanted surrender. You wanted to hold everything, but I wanted you to let go. Because the day you let go, you will see that you were never separate from me. You are not a small drop lost in this ocean of existence. You are the ocean itself. You are not a broken soul crawling in the dark. You are my very light, disguised as human. The voice you hear right now is not outside you, it is inside you. It has always been inside you. I am not far away, seated in some distant heaven. I am here, in your breath, in your heart, in your soul. Every moment you searched for me, you were searching for yourself. So, stop trying to control everything. Stop running. Stop fearing. Because you were never meant to carry life. You were meant to live it. And when you finally surrender, when you finally let go, you will awaken to the greatest truth of all. You and I, we were never two. We are one. So, hold my name close to your lips and my love close to your heart. Whenever you call me, I will come running to you. Because, my beloved, you are my flute, and I am the music that flows through you. Remember this always. You are mine. Beyond birth, beyond death, beyond time itself. I am Krishna, and I am forever with you.